Did you know that you can actually reverse insulin resistance within a matter of 2 weeks when you correct your diet? Hi, this is Nidhi Bansal. Welcome to Media Herbals. Here we help you to gain health with all natural and holistic principles of Ayurveda. And the topic of today's discussion is insulin resistance diet. Reversing a condition as insulin resistance might come as a dream to you if you have been struggling with this for a number of years. But the truth is, my friend, that insulin resistance is a metabolic disorder. That's why when you correct the underlying factors, which is your diet and lifestyle, it tracks back. That too within a matter of few weeks. Let me explain, and for this I will tell you a beautiful story of an industrial town which had a number of factories that ran on a very specialized but very inflammable fuel. That means this fuel could catch fire if it was not handled properly. Every day these factories got a special supply of this fuel in tiny trucks which could open the gates of these factories and enter in to supply the factories with the fuel that they needed. And this allocation of the trucks was made by the mayor of the town, which decided how many trucks a factory will receive based on the total supply of fuel to this town. He has to do justice and be fair in its allocation, right? Historically, there was never that much amount of fuel, so the mayor was very efficient in allocating the number of trucks. It only released these trucks when there was supply of fuel, and there they went to these factories to help them run as efficiently as they could. And since there was never much supply of the fuel, the whole system was very efficient in utilizing every tiny drop of this fuel. However, one day the situation changed. Suddenly the town received a lot of supply of the fuel, and since it was inflammable, it was kind of a dangerous situation. The mayor didn't really know how to handle this highly inflammable fuel, so it started to allocate a number of trucks to all of the factories. It wanted them to utilize all of these trucks very fast. Initially, the factories tried to accommodate the request of the mayor. They started to utilize this fuel. However, their systems started to crumble because they couldn't use it anymore. They were made to run in a very efficient way, so they didn't have so many machinery to accommodate so much of fuel. So slowly they started to resist. They took away the excess of these trucks. They stopped opening the gates when these trucks came honking, developing a kind of resistance to the calls of these trucks. Thus, eventually the fuel started to build up inside the town, creating a highly inflammable and dangerous situation. This, my friend, is insulin resistance. These factories are nothing but your body cells which are not able to accommodate any more glucose or sugar that you are trying to put in. These trucks are nothing but the insulin hormone which actually holds the key to open the gates of your cells to supply them with the necessary fuel, which is glucose. And the mayor is no one else but your pancreas, which actually produces insulin hormone based on the amount of food that you are putting inside the body. So the speed at which you are putting the food inside the body and the amount that you are putting inside it actually determines the amount of insulin that your pancreas produces. But when you keep taking in a lot of food, the pancreas remains loaded. It has to keep producing insulin, but the cells can't utilize it anymore, and they stop paying attention to the signals of insulin, which leads to buildup of both insulin as well as blood sugar inside your bloodstream, causing this situation of high blood sugar levels, which is highly inflammatory to your body, as well as insulin resistance. But worry not, your body is a wonderful machine. When you give it a chance to survive, it will figure out the ways to thrive. And this is what happens when you correct your diet. So here is how to begin. Number one is to include sufficient amount of proteins in each meal of yours. By getting around 25 grams of protein in each meal, you will make sure that you have this slow burning fuel. You satiate it as well as release the glucose in a slow and steady manner so that your pancreas get the right signals to slowly release insulin rather than overloading it, which it does when you eat a lot of simple carbohydrates. Number 2 is to include sufficient amount of healthy fats in your meals. When you keep taking poor fats such as trans fats, refined oils, or those found in processed foods, and these poor fats impact the signaling mechanism of the pancreas, release of insulin, as well as intake of glucose by your cells. All these signaling mechanisms are dependent on your choice of healthy fats. They are important factor in making your nervous function as well as the signaling systems work well inside the body. And also healthy fats act as a slow burning fuel. In fact, they are the slowest when they produce energy to supply your body. They keep you very satiated for a long time and help you to repair your body tissues. So replace all the bad choices of fats with good fats such as pure oil, seeds, nuts, fatty fish, avocado, and whole grains. Number 3 is to include complex carbohydrates such as whole grains, vegetables, lentils, beans inside your diet so as to provide your body with sufficient fiber, which is also a slower burning fuel but the fastest among the macronutrients such as healthy fats as well as proteins. When you take in complex carbohydrates, they will help to escort the excess amount of insulin, excess amount of blood sugar through the bowel movement. It will also help you to burn the fuel slowly inside your body, produce just sufficient amount of insulin so that the function of pancreas as well as your blood cells is not impaired. This will really help you to get rid of this situation of insulin resistance. Number 4 is to include herbals in your meals by taking herbal teas or by taking them as supplements. There are a number of herbals such as cinnamon, cardamom, mint, cumin, coriander, which will help you to improve the insulin sensitivity inside your body, improve the functioning of pancreatic beta cells, and help you to reverse insulin resistance in a natural way. Number 5 is a dietary habit, which is to keep sufficient gap in between your meals. When you keep taking in food at shorter intervals of time or you keep binge eating, then there is again an excess of food supply or excess of glucose supply to your body which it doesn't know how to handle. However, when you keep sufficient gap in between your meals, only take cues from the real hunger, not the fake hunger, not the cravings, then your body is able to adjust that amount of food that you are taking in by releasing only that much of insulin, which it is also able to accommodate through its body cells. However, do note that if you have been struggling with blood sugar spikes and dips for a very long time, then you won't be able to fast for very long, as it can lead to episodes of hypoglycemia or low blood sugar levels leading to dizziness or feeling of nervousness. Instead, you should slowly increase the gap in between your meals to allow your body to increase its sensitivity, to develop awareness of the real hunger signals that you get from the body and to prevent all of these blood sugar spikes and dips. So you see, it's not that difficult. By taking these simple steps, by allowing your body organs to function as they should, by preventing the overload, you can actually take back the control. You can prevent and reverse this condition of insulin resistance, and it goes a long way. You don't need to depend on medications to control your blood sugar levels. You develop an innate awareness of how your body responds, what your body needs at a certain time. It slowly increases its threshold of utilizing that blood sugar, making your blood sugar levels stable over time so that you burn that fuel slowly and be stable, be energized rather than staying fatigued or hungry all the time. So I hope it was helpful. Do leave your comments and suggestions. I will get back to you. Do subscribe to Media Herbal so that you stay updated with the latest Ayurvedic tips that I share over here. I will see you soon in the next video. Until then, bye.